Hey guys, I'm here with Vinny Curto. He's a BTF member extraordinaire. He's one of our top affiliates for Regal Assets, and I've finally been able to get him to jump on a call with me. And he's actually agreed to reveal one of his websites that he's doing so well with, which I'm kind of shocked by, but I'm excited too because you guys are going to get to see an example of a really well done Regal affiliate website. And as far as I know, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, Vinny, you weren't doing this sort of thing at all, right? You just kind of jumped into it and were like, okay, I'm going to promote Regal Assets, and you just gave it a whirl and you started taking off right away, right?
That's right. Yeah. Guess I started. It was either late January or mid February.
And how did it go right off the bat?
It was kind of slow at first. I got the site up. In the first few weeks, I was focusing on just getting some content on the site and building, a few links here and there, press releases, kind of safe stuff to do. And
And were
you
you
know,
thinking you wanted to go after like the major terms, or what was your kind of game plan? What were
yeah,
you
I
thinking?
did think I wanted to at first, and that was my plan. And so I was like, I know it's going to take a little bit of time if I wanted to do it in a safe kind of way, so it wasn't like just get out there and churn and burn. I wanted to last a while, so I was
Hmm.
doing it a little slower. And I just happened to log into the Regal site at one day, and I saw, oh wow, I got a real lead that came in, and I wasn't even expecting it. So that's what made me really take a look and focus a little bit more.
And so were you thinking you were going to build an authority site from the beginning?
You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to be, an authority site. I kind of wanted to have a decent amount of content on there, and using like what you guys teach in BTF, this that kind of idea where you have a decent amount of content interlinking the content, and
So is it fair to say you aren't like an expert affiliate marketer, or were you already like, wow, I
uh,
know?
I this is one of the best successes I've had.
Hmm.
I would say I've had a lot of experience. I haven't had a whole lot of successes like this one in the last few years. I've done more like local and some national SEO. But in terms of getting an affiliate site to do well, this is one of the best ones so far. Having a problem pulling it up and sharing it. Do you want to pull it
Oh
up on
yeah, I'll
your?
pull it up.
Okay.
Okay, so here's your site. Is there anything you want to tell us about it, like broad strokes about it, or anything you want me to focus on here?
Just that the homepage. I kind of introduce the Gold RA, what it is, and try to make it a little different. Um, I basically hired a writer to write something that was a little entertaining for the homepage,
Hmm.
and
And do you are you collecting data here, or are you just passing it to us, or how does that work?
actually I am collecting it there.
Uh-huh. And then what do? You send them messages or something, autoresponders?
Yeah, there's I'm probably not leveraging it as much as I should. It's basically they get a copy of this PDF that kind of summarizes what I have on the site, but then also they may get one or two follow-up messages. I got to go check that out. But yeah, so I'm not doing a whole lot of marketing. I mean, email marketing there.
Uh-huh.
I think it helps. I think it probably just looks good to have that little book thing there,
Yeah.
and the actual, how much I'm actually getting from that itself.
And is this where but it also passes it to us at the same time, right?
No, actually, I don't use the form really
Oh,
on
okay. What do you use? Just the phone number mostly?
phone number and the links to your site. I just
Oh, okay.
do a straight affiliate link right from my site to your site. And to tell you the truth, I was a little scared to do that at first, just because of how certain search engines have, you know, gone
Not
against affiliates and stuff like that. But I think when you have enough content and it's not the only thing on the site, I think that it's fine
mm-hmm.
from my own experience. I think Google doesn't like when you have like, 10 affiliate links above the fold. They're all going to like the same site. And it's like, it looks like the purpose of the site is to drive traffic off the site.
Right. Yeah, when I look at this, I don't see anything. I wouldn't, even if this got a manual review, it seems legit.
Right.
Like, because everything seems like good information, it answers what people are looking for, has, a free download. It doesn't look like an affiliate site at all, really. This looks
Right.
like an informational, helpful site, which is what they want. So where do you have links to us? Is that on the inner pages? You don't have it on the home page, or do you
Yeah,
some?
I think I even have it on the homepage. I used to I used to actually do it from that top nav bar up top, and then also on the high up on the sidebar.
Uh-huh.
But one time I did see, when I did a little bit too much like that, I did see the site drop back in for a few rankings. So I kind of massaged it, and now I try to drag traffic down deeper into the site
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to off the site. And you can see there's the Regal review page, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I think a decent amount of people click through on there.
So
And then also,
do you drive people to this page directly
uh,
sometimes on SEO or?
yeah, that page, and then also the page, if you click above it, the research of best gold IRA companies. I think
Oh,
I
okay.
get a decent amount of long tail traffic to this site,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, this page. And so I try to promote you guys high up on here. And I've changed, tested different call to actions and calls to action on that first paragraph and tried a few different things. So I think that's important when you're doing the site is to test different things and see when you're getting the most leads. It's not always easy to test that with an affiliate style site, but do what you can in terms of like changing up the message, see if, for a week and does it get any better the following week and
Yeah.
take notes, keeping notes on what you're doing.
I like that you have all the BBB and trust link. I appreciate you coming on and really like opening up and showing us this. Means a lot, dude. And I think you're going to help a lot of people be able to, be successful with Regal. So I'm stoked. Is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Uh, just for people to, have put out a plan, and stick to it and realize that, the leads and stuff may not come in right away, but you're doing something that'll bear fruit, like, in several weeks and maybe a few months. Like I definitely didn't get a ton of leads right at first. And then sometimes I tested different traffic sources and I maybe did get a lead, but they weren't the best in terms of converting to be qualified or investing a lot of money. So once you know, make changes, make tests, record what you're doing and keep track and see what does make improvements and just realize that this is not a high volume niche. It's a low volume niche in terms of like, you're not going to get thousands of visitors per day of people that want to invest in a gold IRA. It's just too specific of a financial instrument. It's
Yeah.
just not what everybody wants.
What would you say in your account when you get 10 leads come through? Do you get a good amount that are like incorrect information or bad lead for whatever the phone number was missing, that kind of stuff? Do you get those?
I get a few of those too, but I also do have a pretty high percentage of people that come in that are qualified. I think because of the focus on the companies and the reviews and stuff like that. So I do maybe if 10 come in, 2 will be bad information, 3 or 4 will be lower investment, like under $5,000,
Yeah.
and then like 3 or 4 will be pretty good. Maybe one big one. In terms of being more than that have more than like 50,000 to invest.
And you mentioned PPC. Do you think that's something people should try in different? I mean, Google can be super expensive. Like I was telling you, there's a keyword that's like $15 a click, and it's pretty
Yeah.
expensive.
I do a little PPC. I would suggest, if you have a budget to test it out, to not go after those short words. Stay away from words like gold IRA and gold investing unless you can, weather that storm of like going through and seeing which ones work. Try to bid on longer tail keywords to start. Get a few leads to come in there and then reinvest those, the commissions that you make into finding more keywords that work.
We had one affiliate who had never made money online in her life, and she did about $30. I think it was $30 on PPC. She didn't tell me where. I imagine it probably wasn't Google because that's pretty expensive. But in $30, she got a $900,000 gold sale.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was stoked, man. And I just thought that was pretty cool. Another thing I want to mention is, and I like that you don't do it because most affiliates, what they do is try to put the lead capture form on their site. And for some reason, a lot of people just aren't good with HTML code, and they'll paste it in their site and they'll mess something up. They won't put their ID in correctly, or they'll maybe delete one character or make it so the form is missing something and the people not only have to put in their phone number, but they have to like erase where it says phone number. And so many people just screw it up. So we get leads that come through with like 6 digits instead of 7, and we can't call them. So it's nice that you just direct people right over to your mini site because we know this page works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know that page works, and I've tested the form on my site before, and I never got a ton of good leads from it. I'd get one in, once in a while. But I also, if you think about it, if you're supposed to be this unbiased review site, unless you really present that form as kind of like an ad, uh, it almost takes away your credibility as a reviewer.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, why would you be collecting data and then it says we will call you to confirm? Well, why is goldirarollover.com going to call me?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't really make sense. So
Yeah,
I'm glad.
I think if you set it up a certain way, maybe like send it to an intermediate page, that might be on maybe a different domain that you own.
Hmm.
This way you can test it, something like that. So, but in my opinion, I haven't had the success with it on my site,
Yeah.
But intermediately, it probably would work pretty well because you can test it and do a few different things with it.
And the best thing is when they get over to this site has a lot of credibility. It shows all the consumer reviews. It shows that, you can even click on the BBB rating and see it live that it's true.
Yeah.
100,000 Facebook likes, all this stuff just adds to the social proof. So, as fast as you can get them over here after you've given some good, unbiased information, supposedly.
Yeah,
But
and you guys constantly update that site, and and I think another thing that's important is to protect yourself with some of those disclosures on your site, and I basically tell everybody that some companies compensate me for what I say, and
mhm.
doing that stuff is important. Not only it's the right thing to do, I guess, but also the FTC will eventually, it's a good thing to put on there too.